Yo, what's up, guys? Dante here, back with another video. Today, we are going to be doing the women's March Madness bracket. Yesterday, I did the men's bracket. So far, so good. I think I'm on my way. As of now, I should have at least 8 or 9 correct picks. The only one that messed me up was that upset today with Duquesne, who they beat BYU. It's a shame, but no one gets through this perfect. Quick, like a quick, I guess, not, I don't know what do you call it? Like a quick, correction. There you go. I might have been wrong yesterday about BYU. I think BYU plays basketball in the Big 12 as well as football. I think they switched conferences when they moved to the Big 12. I could be completely wrong, but I just wanted to put that out there. It's not a big deal or anything, but I didn't realize it until afterwards. I was like, oh, BYU moved to the Big 12 uh, last year. I forgot. So many teams moved around. I don't. It's hard to keep track of all that stuff. Anyway, this ain't about that. This is about the women's college basketball March Madness bracket. Let's go ahead and get started and make my picks. All right. So we do what I did yesterday. We're going to start from re- regional one. Ugh. They don't like no like west, north. They never do north. They always do like south, west, midwest, east. They never do north and south. Strange. All right, let's start with the regional one. South Carolina Presbyterian. There's nothing more to be said. North Carolina Michigan State. Oh, cool. So we got Blue Bloods in the first round. Let's see. Hmm. I think for this one, I am going to go with North Carolina. Yeah, I'm gonna go with North Carolina. Oklahoma and Florida Gulf Coast. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma. Indiana and Fairfield. I'm gonna go with Indiana. Nebraska, Texas A&M. Oh, Nebraska got on both sides. Nice. Um, I'm going to go with. Hmm. Oh no. Well, let's see. Big Ten, SEC. Oh boy. I don't know. I'm gonna go A&M. I think I'm gonna go A&M because I think on the women's side, I don't think the Big Ten. The Big Ten have any heavy hitters? I don't think so. Who won the conference? Ohio State? Oh, Iowa, duh. Jeez Christ, how I forget that. Um, what they got like Iowa, Ohio State. Is Michigan good? Like I don't know. I guess I'll go SEC because SEC got the two best two. What I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go A&M. Why not? 11:06. Oregon State versus Eastern Washington. Go Oregon State. Ole Miss Marquette. Ooh, Big East. That's still the Big East, right? Or that? Yeah, I think Marquette's still in the Big East. And versus SEC Ole Miss. Uh, I'm gonna go Ole Miss. Yeah, Ole Miss. And then Notre Dame, Kent State. Get on out of there, Kent State. All right, let's go down to the Region 4. We got Texas and Drexel. Texas, easy. Alabama, Florida State. Um, Once again, I gotta go by conference. ACC. Who's in the ACC that's good? See, I haven't watched a whole lot. Now I have watched a little bit more women's college basketball this year than the men's. But that's not saying a whole lot, bro. In total, I've watched very little basketball this year. Period. Um, this is the only time of the year where I really get invested in college basketball. Alabama and Florida State. Huh. Well, Alabama. I think going up against LSU and South Carolina every year, I think that'll make them stronger. Like I said, I don't know who Florida State goes up against in the ACC. Utah and South Dakota State. This is a tricky one. I've seen a little bit of South Dakota State. They can play. Utah's good too in the Pac-12. This is going to be my second upset. South Dakota State. I wouldn't be shocked if this happens. Gonzaga and UC Irvine. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. Tennessee and Green Bay. Uh, Rocky Top. NC State and Chattanooga. Go NC State. Iowa and Maryland. They got my team in here. Only because they're my team, I'll go Maryland. Um, I was very surprised they had such a down year because usually they're always like a top 4 or 5 seed. This year they're a 10 seed. I didn't know they only had like 19 wins or something. I saw Selection Sunday. Very shocked, and they weren't picked. I think they were the final. They were the final They were the final two teams announced. If I remember correctly, Stanford and Norfolk State. Oh my God! So I would love for the HBCU to win, but they're not stopping. They're not stopping Brink. That ain't gonna happen. I would love to see it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We go Stanford. Hopefully they keep it competitive. All right. Now we got Region 2, Iowa versus whoever wins Holy Cross and Tennessee Martin. It does not matter. Iowa. West Virginia and Princeton. We got 8-9 matchup. Big 12 versus Ivy League. I'm not too sure how well women's Ivy League basketball is. I know on the men's side, the Ivy League is always very competitive every year. Um, I don't know. West Virginia is not really power. Like, they're not really a basketball school. They're a football school. We'll go Princeton. Colorado versus Drake. Oh, Drake also got on both sides. Nice. I'm gonna go Colorado. Get that. Like I said, that Coach Prime magic. They also have Coach Prime's daughter is on the team. Does she play though? Does she get a lot of? Does she get much playing time? You know what I'm saying? They never really talk about it. Now, I don't watch Colorado basketball, but I don't know. Kansas State and Portland. Kansas State. Louisville and Middle Tennessee State. Louisville is always good. LSU and Rice. LSU. Creighton and UNLV. Huh. Oh, Creighton also got men and women's in the tournament. Um. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Hmm. CC, I'm very intrigued. Uh. I don't know. I just picked the higher seed, Creighton. And UCLA versus that California Baptist. I don't know who that is. They're about to get spanked. Region 3. Why is it called regional? Why do they call it? It's called Region 3. Regional 3. That doesn't sound right. USC versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi. That is a handful. So technically, so the school is the University of Texas Agricultural and Mechanical of Corpus Christi. That is a very, very long name. That's ridiculous. Why not just be the University of Corpus Christi? That's I guess you gotta I guess you have to acknowledge you're a Texas A&M. Um, like you're underneath that umbrella of Texas A&M. So I guess you have to do it. Fun fact: Eric July. Oh, excuse me. Wow, what in the world? Eric July, owner and founder of the Ripperverse, actually went to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. He was actually a track athlete. Uh, Apparently, he still has a record. I'm not sure if it's ever been if it's been broken since then, but he actually set a record at the school, a couple records, I believe. That's pretty cool. It's not going to change much. USC is going to wax that butt. Kansas and Michigan. Uh, See, I don't know. See, it gets weird when you get to like women's Kansas and Michigan women's basketball. Like we all know about Michigan men and Kansas men's teams, but you really don't hear much about the women's teams. I don't know how great how good they really are. Toss up, go with the higher seed, Kansas, Baylor, and Vanderbilt. Um, if Vanderbilt's a 12 in the SEC, that means they had a very, very rough year. The fact that they got in, it's probably because of the SEC schedule, and they had enough wins to get them in. I'm gonna go Baylor. Virginia Tech versus Marshall. Ooh, Virginia Tech. Oh, I forgot about Virginia Tech. They were in the Elite Eight last year. If I remember, they played. Who did they play? Did they play? I think they played either South Carolina or LSU before losing. I believe it was the Elite Eight. And they have more. I'm gonna go with Virginia Tech. Syracuse versus the winner of Auburn, Arizona. Arizona, what happened? Why are y'all in the play-in? Arizona was in. I want to say they were in the Elite Eight a couple years ago. Um, Dang, Auburn, Arizona. Who won that game? Actually, let me see something. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We got it. All right. Cool. Awesome. So, end of the third, Arizona's up 10. All right. Since I'm making the pick now, I gotta hope Arizona wins because that's going to dictate what happens. I'm going to pick Arizona. This is a very superficial reason. Actually, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something. I want to check something first before I make this. Before I make this. Before I make this pick. Um, I can't find it. Who coaches? Does she still coach there? Do they show the coach? They don't show the coach. Oh my god, they don't show the coach. She's still coach there, right? Um, all right, hold on. Arizona Wildcats women's basketball. All right, let me see. Okay, she still coaches there. All right, cool. She so this, like I said, this is a very superficial reason. This has nothing to do with basketball. Look up Adia Barnes, Arizona Wildcats women's college basketball coach. She is bad, man. She looks amazing. She is like she is one of the prettiest coaches I've seen in in women's college basketball. It is ridiculous. Be, only because of that, I'm going for Arizona's. I need y'all to hold on for one more quarter, please. So I get this right. I can't start. I can't start the second day with an L. So Arizona, please, Arizona women, please hold on for one more quarter and beat Auburn, please. UConn versus Jackson State. This is another one. Now I'm very surprised. They actually have Jackson State uh, pretty high. Like for a 14 seed is actually pretty decent. Usually they'll put you like 15, 16 from them really small conferences. But I think Jackson State had a pretty decent strength of schedule out of conference. And plus, I think they went undefeated in the SWAC. So I think you should reward them for that. Um, but they do go against UConn. It's a tough task. But this is not the UConn of old. If this was the UConn of like that period in like the early 2000, not early 2000, the early like 2010s when they won like Jesus Christ, what did they win like? They destroyed the win rate. They won like 100 and some straight games in a row, and like 4 or 5 championships, and something ridiculous. You're probably never gonna see again, men or women's. And plus, they got a lot of injuries, and Paige Buchers, when she's out there and playing, they're a great team. But the problem is she's been hurt. She's gotten some kind of major injury like every year she's been there. I think this is like the first year but she's been like relatively healthy. Like she's been out there the whole season. They lost the girl. She broke her nose. I saw the clip. What happened? I didn't think she got hit that hard for her nose to get busted open, but I guess she did. So she's been out. She's on that concussion protocol. Then they had another girl like a knee and some other. Like they got a. Apparently, UConn only plays like 6 or 7 girls, which is ridiculous at this time of year. You usually got to be like 8, 9 deep. Um, that would be, oh my god! Just for the fact, I want to see this happen. I want to see Jackson State versus Arizona in the round of 32. For nothing else, that would be just incredible. Um, Duke versus Richmond. Uh hmm. I'm gonna go Duke. I'm gonna go Duke. The Dukies. And Arizona State and Maine to wrap off the round of 64. We'll go Ohio State. All right. So let's go ahead back up top. Regional 1, round of 32. The battle of the Carolinas. Um, I'm surprised this is not more of a rivalry. You would think they're state rivals. You know what I'm saying? They're right next to each other. I'm going to go Carolina, South Kakalaki, Oklahoma, and Indiana. Um, I really don't care too much of either of these schools. One, I never cared for Oklahoma. Um, and Indiana is just Indiana's a Big Ten school, so I'm not going to root for them, but I also don't care for Oklahoma. It don't matter what it don't matter which of these teams go against South Carolina. It don't matter. Um, I guess just for the pride of the Big Ten, even though I don't really care for them, I'll pick Indiana. Plus, I don't. To be fair, I don't really have any beef with the Big Ten teams. It's just when they play Maryland. Other than that, it's whatever. Texas A&M and Oregon State. I'm going to go Oregon State. Ole Miss, Notre Dame. Yeah, okay, sure. Notre Dame gets the job done. Texas and Alabama, Regional 4, round of 32. I'm going with Texas. South Dakota State and Gonzaga. Hmm. Hmm. It is possible. Could it happen? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. Ooh, I don't know. It maybe. I mean, boy, this is difficult. I'm gonna go South Dakota State. I think they pull. I think they can. I think they get two in a row. Tennessee and North Carolina State. Uh, that's a good one. So there was some stat that popped up a couple years ago where it was like back in when Pat Summitt was coaching. There was like some ridiculous stat. It was like every graduating class that she had won a title. So like every 4 years she would win a title, regardless of who she had. A crazy stat, but I mean obviously she passed. Rest in peace. But they just have not been that successful since then. Actually, since she retired, they haven't had that kind of success. Um, but I think Rocky Top I think they get back. They get back to the Sweet 16. Maryland, Stanford. Jesus Christ. I would love Maryland to win and get this upset, but I don't know. I think they've stalled out. I just don't see Final Fours in Maryland's future like that anymore. If this was like the 2000 mid 2000s, early 2010s, I'd be all about it. Maryland was like a top four seed every year. They kind of they've kind of dissolved the last few years. So I'm gonna go Stanford, which is great because Maryland was in the Elite Eight literally like a few years ago, and they kind of fell off. So I'm gonna go with Stanford. Let's go up to the Regional Two. We got Iowa and Princeton. I think Princeton keeps it close. Iowa comes out on top. Colorado and Kansas State. I think Colorado advances. Louisville, LSU. Haley Van Lift's old school. I don't think they pull it off. I think LSU is just a little bit more tougher, a lot more experience. They're reigning national champions. I think they hold on and hold back Louisville. And then we got Creighton and UCLA. I think that's about it. I don't really see an upset in this bracket for the round of 32. So I'm gonna go UCLA. All right. And regional three, round of 32, got USC Kansas. I'm gonna go USC. Baylor, Virginia Tech. I'm gonna go Vi Tech. Old old ACC rivals. Then we got it's gonna be Arizona and Jackson State. If it gets to this point, it's really a toss up at that point. Oh my god, dog. But Adia Barnes is just, bro. She's so pretty, man. She's so freaking pretty. It's ridiculous. But don't Jackson State coach. She good too. She look good too. But like I said, this is a very superficial pick. I'm gonna go Jackson State. Why not? Get you into the Sweet 16. And then we got Duke and Ohio State. I think Ohio State puts this to bed, beats the Dukies. We got the Sweet 16. We got South Carolina and Indiana. South Carolina takes care of business. Oregon State and Notre Dame. I'm not going to get to Notre Dame. Stop it. Then we got Texas, South Dakota State. I think Texas handles business. They end the Cinderella run. Then we got Tennessee, Stanford. I think Stanford pulled this out. They knocked Tennessee back to reality. Vanderveer gets back into the Elite Eight. Then we got Iowa, Colorado. I think Iowa's run. No, you know what? No, I think Colorado women's can do something. I think Colorado women can get further than the men's team. Um, I think they take out Iowa, and unfortunately, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark. Unfortunately, she ends her career. Amazing player. She just she just doesn't get that elusive trophy. So I'm gonna go Colorado. The Cinderella out of this bracket to get to the Elite Eight. And we got LSU and UCLA. We got LSU to get back. They get back to the Elite Eight and continue to defend their title. Finally, we have the Regional 3, Sweet 16. We got USC, Virginia Tech. I'm going to go Tech. USC has got a lot of hype this year, but I don't know. I don't think their hype is as warranted as, like, say, Iowa. Because I've seen the Iowa girls play. They got some players. It ain't just Caitlin Clark. So I'm going to go Tech. Knock off the number one seed in the Regional 3. And we got Jackson State, Ohio State. I think that ends the run. I mean, at this point, it's like, it's kind of being kind of silly. But in all reality, it would be amazing if they got this far. But I think Ohio State, unfortunately, ended that wonderful story. And, they'll come on back to Jackson. But, hey, they'll be historic at that point. All right. Elite Eight. The quarterfinals, South Carolina, Notre Dame. I would love Notre Dame to knock them off. It ain't gonna happen. I think South Carolina can do something that ain't been done since Baylor. I'm gonna go South Carolina. Then we got Texas, Stanford. I got Stanford. I like that Brink girl. Vanderveer is a great coach, historic coach. I think she has the most wins in. I believe she has the most wins in women. Is it women's and men's or just? Yeah, I think she has the all time D1 win total. If I'm not mistaken. Colorado, LSU. I think LSU ends the story. It'd be great. It'd be great for Boulder, the Coach Prime energy. But I think LSU is a little too much for them. They knock them down, bring them back to Boulder. And then we got Virginia Tech, Ohio State. I'm going with Tech. And then we got our Final Four, South Carolina, Stanford. I think Stanford ends that wonderful run. South Carolina gets into the championship game one more time. I think they'll go up against LSU, and we'll get the matchup that everyone wants. Get Don Staley versus Kim Mulkey one more time this year. And I think this time South Carolina prevails. They finish off perfect regular season. And they will be your 2023 women's national champs. All right. So thanks for watching, and see you later. Peace.